When production first began on Brad Pitt's untitled Formula One film, the filmmakers faced a challenge no racing movie had ever truly solved: how to create a fictional team that felt real. Enter APXGP. This wasn't just a name slapped onto a car. APXGP was designed as a complete, authentic F1 team from the ground up. With its own livery, garage setup, pit crew uniforms, telemetry systems, and even a backstory within the film, APXGP needed to stand beside actual F1 teams like Mercedes and Ferrari, and look like it belonged. To achieve this, the film's creative team worked closely with the sport's governing bodies, track officials, and even actual F1 teams. They didn't want green screens and studio backdrops. They wanted APXGP to be on the track, participating in real race weekends, shot with real F1 cameras and crew. The result? A fully built F1 car designed by Mercedes-AMG Petronas F1 team engineers. Yes, the same people behind Lewis Hamilton's championship-winning cars. They re-engineered an F2 chassis to resemble an F1 car, complete with aerodynamic detailing and branding, capable of real-world speeds and movements. This car wasn't a prop. It was an active, operational machine. APXGP made its first appearance during live Formula One weekends, shot between practice sessions at actual Grand Prix events like Silverstone. The sight of a new F1 team pulling out of the pits had fans around the world doing double takes. Was this a secret new team? A Red Bull challenger? No, it was the fictional team that had just made its real-world debut. What started as a creative vision soon evolved into a motorsport anomaly. A completely fictional team, driving real laps, blending cinematic storytelling with real-life motorsport engineering. APXGP wasn't just born, it was launched into history. What makes APXGP so compelling isn't just the slick design or the Hollywood backing. It's the sheer authenticity behind the build. Unlike other racing films where cars are simply dressed-up props on a set, APXGP was engineered to perform. This fictional team needed a car that could run safely on world-class circuits, handle realistic race speeds, and visually hold its own alongside real Formula One machines. The line between fantasy and function had to disappear. That's where Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula One team stepped in. The producers partnered with Mercedes not just for branding support, but for technical credibility. Engineers from one of the most dominant teams in F1 history took the lead on reimagining what a movie F1 car could be. Instead of using a full-spec Formula One chassis, expensive, sensitive, and tightly regulated, they repurposed a Formula 2 base. The F2 platform offered more flexibility and safety for film shooting, while still allowing for F1 style bodywork and aerodynamic finesse. The result is a machine that's both cinematic and race-worthy. Underneath the Hollywood polish, the APXGP car is a true performance vehicle, capable of high-speed cornering, quick acceleration, and genuine on-track drama. The livery design was crafted with precision, reflecting the kind of branding you'd expect from a legit F1 outfit. Tire suppliers, sponsors, fictional or blurred, and detailed pit equipment gave the team an authentic paddock presence. The car is so real, in fact, that during filming at actual F1 Grand Prix weekends, even hardcore fans were momentarily fooled. Social media lit up with videos of the APXGP car exiting pit lane, sparking confusion and curiosity alike. This wasn't just about getting a few wide shots or fake racing sequences. This was about embedding the fictional world directly inside real F1 action. It speaks volumes about the ambition of this film. By refusing to settle for CGI or simulation, the team behind the project pushed Motorsport SD. Pulling off a film of this scale inside the world's most tightly controlled motorsport was no easy feat. Formula One is more than just fast cars and glamorous weekends. It's a billion-dollar industry with strict regulations, limited track time, and tightly coordinated events. Yet, the filmmakers managed to insert a completely fictional team, APXGP, directly into the F1 ecosystem without disrupting the sport's live operations. That alone makes this project one of the most ambitious collaborations between Hollywood and professional sport in modern history. The project is being produced in partnership with Formula One Management (FOM) and Liberty Media, the commercial rights holder of F1. That means access was granted at the highest level, from pit lane to the grid, from driver briefings to team garages. APXGP isn't just being filmed around the F1 world, It's being filmed within it. When the car rolls out onto the Silverstone track, it's sharing tarmac with the likes of Red Bull, Ferrari, and Mercedes. Brad Pitt and co-star Damson Idris are even seen walking the paddock, dressed in full team gear, interacting with real team members and engineers between shots. Their characters are immersed in the environment, and so are the cameras, capturing moments as if the team were genuinely part of the championship. Some sequences are shot during live events, while others are carefully slotted into free practice windows and non-competitive sessions, ensuring safety and realism without affecting race proceedings. At the heart of the upcoming F1 film is a story that goes beyond speed and spectacle. APXGP isn't just a background prop, it's the soul of the narrative. The team represents more than just a fictional addition to the grid. It embodies a classic underdog tale reimagined for the modern racing era. The story follows a veteran driver returning to the world of Formula One, not for glory, but to mentor a rising young star. Both of them racing for APXGP, a struggling, last-place team desperate to earn respect in a hyper-competitive world. This setup is not new in sports films, but what makes it powerful here is the setting. Formula One, where team success hinges on split-second precision, engineering brilliance, and relentless teamwork. APXGP's place in this ecosystem is as the outsider, the newcomer trying to prove they belong. The team doesn't come from a legacy of championships or a billion-dollar corporate empire. Instead, they arrive with passion, grit, and a point to prove. Brad Pitt's character, an aging driver pulled back into the chaos of F1, brings emotional weight to APXGP's mission. He isn't just trying to win, he's trying to rebuild. His mentorship of the team's young driver, played by Damson Idris, is central to the story. It mirrors the passing of the torch, the evolution of racing, and the internal conflicts of letting go of past glory in order to create something new. The garage of APXGP becomes a character in itself, full of tension, inspiration, and transformation. Every pit stop is loaded with stakes. Every qualifying lap carries not just speed, but the burden of proving a team's worth. And while the world watches the giants of the sport, Ferrari, Red Bull, Mercedes, this little team in black and gold quietly tries to rewrite the script. In telling APXGP's journey, the film explores legacy, pressure, identity, and perseverance. It asks what it really takes to stand out in a world where seconds define careers, and reputation is everything. The story isn't just. While APXGP may be a fictional team, its presence in the real Formula One world is one of the most brilliant marketing moves motorsport has ever seen. For decades, F1 has been exclusive, guarded, intense, and primarily focused on hardcore fans. But by allowing a Hollywood film to embed a fictional team into its actual race weekends, Formula One is signaling a shift in its strategy, making the sport more cinematic, more accessible, and undeniably more global. The APXGP car, seen during practice sessions at iconic tracks like Silverstone and Hungaroring, turned heads not just in the paddock, but around the world on social media. Casual fans began asking questions. Hardcore fans began debating realism. Every on-track appearance doubled as a viral moment, sparking engagement and speculation from audiences far outside the sport's traditional reach. The blend of reality and fiction allowed Formula One to do something rare: market itself inside a fictional story, using Hollywood as the lens. For the film studio, APXGP was more than a set piece, it was a brand asset. Custom liveries, team apparel, pit garage setups, and digital overlays were designed not just for storytelling, but to be memorable, shareable, and iconic. The name APXGP is now recognized globally, even before the movie's official release. It functions like a real F1 team in fan discussions, forums, and YouTube thumbnails. And that's intentional. The partnership between F1, the filmmakers, and the Mercedes team behind the car's design represents a new frontier in entertainment marketing. This isn't just product placement, it's world building. It's the kind of marketing that doesn't feel like marketing, because it's woven into the very fabric of the story. Viewers aren't being sold to, they're being immersed. By creating a fake team that races for real, both the film and the sport are extending their cultural reach. It's no longer about who wins the race, it's about who owns the narrative. And in this case, APXGP. APXGP may have started as a fictional creation for a film, but it has become something far more impactful. a cultural and cinematic landmark in the world of motorsport. Blending the power of storytelling with the precision of real-world engineering, it redefined what's possible when Hollywood dares to merge with high-level sports. From the roar of its engine to the sleek lines of its design, APXGP brought an entirely new energy to Formula One. Not by replacing reality, but by enhancing it. This project didn't just borrow F1's stage, it earned its place on it. With a car built by one of the sport's greatest engineering teams, filmed at live events, and driven by actors immersed in the authentic racing environment, APXGP has created an immersive experience unlike any racing film before it. It respects the legacy of the sport while introducing it to a wider, more diverse audience. At its core, APXGP represents ambition, creative, technical, and narrative. It shows how fiction can influence perception, how marketing can become mythology, and how a single car, created for the screen, can capture the imagination of the world. In the age of cinematic universes and billion-dollar franchises, APXGP stands out because it feels real. Because in many ways it is. This isn't just a team for a movie. It's a reminder of what happens when industries collaborate, when barriers drop, and when stories are told at full throttle.